Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, you are absolutely welcome. And today we're making one of my all-time favorite Nigerian soups, Egusi soup. It's rich, thick, flavorful, and honestly, once you know how to make it right, it will be your go-to in the kitchen. So let's get right into it. I started off by cooking my beef. I use soft beef for this one, but feel free to use assorted meat, goat meat, or whatever you enjoy. I added some chopped onions, seasoning cubes, a bit of salt, black pepper, turmeric, and let that steam nicely. You want the beef to soak in all the flavor before adding it to the soup. So I didn't rush it. I just covered the pot and let it cook in its own juices for a while before adding a little water. By the time it was done, the beef was well seasoned, soft, and ready to go. After letting it cook for a while, I added the dry fish that I had already washed in hot water. I went on to add the dry fish, and let it cook for about 25 minutes. While the meat was cooking, I went on to prep the other ingredients. I blended my egusi, that's melon seed, and I like to blend it with a bit of water so it forms a smooth, thick paste. Some people blend it dry, but I prefer this method because it gives the egusi a creamy texture when cooked. Next, I blended my peppers. I used a mix of fresh tomatoes and tatache, that's red bell pepper. You can throw in some scotch bonnet if you like it spicy, but I kept it mild this time. I blended it all until smooth and set that aside too. Then I quickly sliced one big onion. I love adding onion while frying palm oil because it brings out a deep sweet flavor. And when onion season, so I love to eat as much as I can get when it's in season. After that, I used a quick break to do some dishes, to clean up the counter and tidy up the environment. Nothing fancy, just keeping the kitchen clean as I go. It honestly makes the whole cooking experience more enjoyable while cooking and cleaning. Everything feels smooth. After doing the dishes, I quickly washed my ugu leaves and cut it. That's also known as pumpkin leaves. These are going in at the end, so I just prepared them early and set them aside. If you don't have ugu, you can decide to use spinach or bitter leaf. But ugu leaves just gives it that classic taste, so I always prefer ugu leaves. Once in a while, I try bitter leaf, but today it's ugu we're going for. And I love to slice my ugu myself because I want to make sure that I did a proper job while washing it. So yeah, some people wash it in the market, but I just keep all that process and wash myself. I'd love to know, are you a vegetable slicing person or you outsource this skill to the people in the market to do it for you? I want to hear from you in the comment section. Do drop your opinion. Now that we're done with ugu, let's get right into cooking for real. I poured some palm oil into a clean pot and let it heat up, not to bleach it, just enough to get it hot. Then I added the sliced onions. In about 2 minutes, I added iru, that's locust beans. I let them fry for a bit till it became very fragrant. The whole house would feel it, trust me. Once the onions and iru were nice and soft, I poured in the blended pepper mix and allowed it to cook properly. You want to cook it until the water reduces and the oil starts to float on top of the pepper mix. That's how you know that it's ready. Once the pepper mix is ready, here comes the egusi. I scoop it into the pot in small lumps, gently placing it over the sauce without stirring it immediately. I let it sit and cook like that for a few minutes. Actually, cover the pot and let it cook for a few minutes so it could form those delicious egusi lumps together. After a few minutes, I stir it gently and allow it to cook while I stir. This process requires your patience, guys. Don't rush it. Just you have to stay there and stir till it's properly cooked. Adding a little bit of the meat stock as I stir it. You don't want it too thick or too watery, just a nice balanced consistency. So after adding the beef stock, if you still need more water, you go in to add more water. At this point, you just stir it properly, stir it, and just keep stirring to mix everything well. You can add salt. I think I went on to add salt for seasoning and one seasoning cubes to taste. Gave it a good stir and covered it to cook for a few minutes. I did more cleaning. Told you, cooking and cleaning just makes the work easier. So I cooked and I cleaned. Nice. So at this point, look at our egusi, guys. Once the pepper mix was well cooked, I added in the cooked beef along with some water. I gave it a good stir and let everything come together. The beef soaking in the egusi soaking in the beef. It was smelling really good at this point. Then I tasted it and adjusted the seasoning, adding a bit more salt and one seasoning cube. That brought everything to perfection. Finally, I added the ugu leaves and stirred them in. I only let it cook for about 3 to 4 minutes because I like my vegetables fresh and green, not overcooked. And guys, that's it. The egusi soup came out rich, flavorful, and honestly, just perfect. You can serve it with pounded yam, eba, semo, fufu, whatever you like. If you have stayed this long in the video, thank you. I hope this detailed walkthrough has helped you feel more confident about making egusi soup. Whether you are cooking for yourself, your family, or just learning, you have really got this. One important tip I always give: taste as you go. Sometimes it's not about adding more seasoning cubes. A pinch of salt or just letting it cook a little longer can make all the difference in the taste of your food. Can we take a moment to appreciate how beautiful this soup is looking? Thick, colorful, and those little lumps of egusi holding their shape just how I wanted it. That's exactly what I was going for. So while the soup finished cooking on low heat, I just want to say one thing I love about egusi soup is how forgiving it is. Whether you're a beginner or you have been cooking egusi for years, or you can make room to do your own style. You can add bitter leaf, add uziza, add crayfish or stockfish to deepen the flavor. Just feel free to experiment and find what works for you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment below to let me know how you make your own egusi, and don't forget to subscribe for more recipes like this. Thank you for watching and see you in our next one. Bye.